All right. So we are on a new week, and today we're starting introduction to buckler, small shield, right? So this is just foundational stuff. We're going to work on basic practice with it, make sure we get our 5 minutes in of drilling all our different stuff. But let me go over some basics for it before we get into that. So concepts on your buckler. You want to make sure that no matter how you're holding your buckler, just like when we're doing our parries or holding our dagger, that you don't let your arm get close to your body, right? We're going to have it extended in front of us. Now I have a full steel heavy buckler, right? You don't have to have one like this. There's all sorts of varieties you can get, but this one suits me well. Now, when I hold it, you got two options for holding it. So the way this one is set up is I have this big meaty handle, which I prefer. And I like to get the punch block where I am holding it in a full punch and I face this towards my opponent, right? The other option is you can tilt it so you have it at an angle. And instead of punch blocking, you angle towards your opponent. You want to make sure that your hand is still hidden behind it in either one of these ways of holding it, right? So just two concepts that I use for holding a buckler. Now, a couple details about it. Buckler stays in front of you. Like I said, you don't want it, always keep it in front of you. Never let it fall back. Now, you don't have to hyperextend. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. I have a bent elbow, but I don't relax my arm next to me. By the time I'm pairing something with this, it's too late. It's too close. I'm not going to have enough time to really deal with things. You want to keep it in front of you, right? Important things you have to remember about a buckler. It creates a safe spot and it creates a blind spot, right? So if I hold my buckler in front of me, you're not getting through this buckler. I promise. You're going to hit the buckler. My buckler is going to deny your shot and you're going to have to try again. But you can hide behind a buckler, just like we hide behind our sword to guard our hand, aligning that tip, elbow, pommel to hide my arm, right? Right now, you should see basically my bicep up, but my forearm is mostly hidden behind the guard, right? That concept can also apply by hiding my whole sword behind someone's buckler, so they can't see when I throw a shot. So these are things you got to be aware of when you're playing with a buckler. Don't fight here and don't move. If someone hides behind your buckler, you have to be able to still see them, which is why the open buckler gives you a better range of watching your opponent's sword, right? It's not my preferred one. I prefer figure out how to get around this, and as they worry about getting around my buckler, I peel them apart with my sword. You got options, right? Okay, but that's the basics of how to hold it. Other than that, we're going to mirror a lot of dagger placements. Conceptually, we're going with the same thing. You don't want to get them both taken out in one parry. You don't want to, you want to have two independent entities working synergistically to generate a greater defense than just one would by itself, right? Same concept there. There was another thing about the buckler. So when we're doing a thrust-centric weapon, right? The rapier. You can disagree with this one. I'm just going to tell you how I do it because it works for me. A lot of people put their sword buckler together to generate greater hand defense. And if you've ever done cut and thrust weapons, especially ones that have a cross guard, right? Just the quillions, and that's it, right? Having a buckler to help guard your hand is fantastic. And keeping it close to your hand, great idea. But my hand's fairly well guarded behind my rapier, as long as I maintain good control of my rapier and keep it thrust-centric, right? So my buckler is not going to stick with my rapier. There's no need for me. It creates a better wall of defense as I begin going around it to pick my opponent apart, like I said. So that is my approach to it, right? And again, there's completely good reasons to try other ways. This one works for me, and hey, if you're working with me now, learn this one, give it a try for yourself, see what you think. Okay, so we know all our moves. We're going to add the buckler and walk through them together. So take your guard. Now, again, I'm a low guard guy, so I'm going to fight from here, right? Now, if you're a high guard person, you don't want to put your buckler and sword out in front of you like this. That does you no good. You're going to have to be able to move them a little bit more than that. Like I said before, you don't want someone to block your sword into your secondary, and now they've taken out both of your weapons, or arms, you know, in one good move. So, you want to try to avoid doing that. So, if you're in a high guard, your buckler should be ready to move to adjust around it. Right there, perfectly fine, because they're not on the same line. I can easily move them around, right? But again, I'm in a low guard, so I'm going to come right there. Core concepts, right? Step back when we parried. Lead with the edge. Play by sense of touch. We're using our feel, right? And lunge, parry, recover. Okay. So let's just warm up with a little bit of footwork. It's been a little while. Let's make sure we got that going. Getting your good on guard. Get your retreat. And make sure all your retreat mechanics stay the same. You're not bobbing. You're not dropping. You're not leading. Get that good. Retreat. Advance. Boom. Advance. Advance. Retreat. Retreat. Think there's an opponent in front of you. How would you hold your weapons? Advance, advance, cross back. I don't know if I got the room, so I got to adjust that a little. Cross forward, keeping your weapons ready. Retreat, retreat, advance, retreat. Right oblique, right step, staying on line with my opponent. Left oblique, left step, staying on line with my opponent. Lunge, extend, lunge. Check your lunge right now. How's that feel? Is my knee over my ankle, back leg planted, sword extended. Buckler came with me. Try to keep it in front of your sword for this one, because you're hiding behind this entire angle. You don't have to touch them, but you don't want to go like that. Put it out in some extraordinary angle you don't need. Keep them close. Got it? Parry, wherever parry's convenient. Recover. One more time. On guard. Let's make it one motion. Try to keep all of our mechanics solid. Lunge. Parry. Recover. Good. One more time. On guard. Lunge. Oh, my foot got caught in the carpet there. On guard. Lunge. Parry. Recover. Get that parry first. All right? Okay. Let's walk through our circle of parries. On guard. Parry 1. Now again, this can be an awkward parry to end up in. Why would you do this with a buckler? Not common, but it could happen. Make sure you don't relax back here. Buckler in front. On guard. Parry 2. If my sword is high, my secondary should be low. On guard. Parry 3. Now this one, when I come wide with my 3, my buckler comes to engage on line with a shot to the hand, because I am exposing my hand with this. I'm not putting my buckler over here because I want to generate that cone of defense in front of me. Boom. Got it? On guard. Parry 4. This one can feel a little awkward, but remember, where does my opponent disengage to if I'm in a 4? So 4, boom. Coming with that low guard. So my sword is high, my buckler is low, right? So I've created 2 walls. On guard. 5, my sword's high, my buckler should not be, right? You don't have to go 5, unnecessary. On guard. 6, and again, bring my buckler in to create that counter wall, wherever they're gonna go. So if I have guarded high, they're going to disengage under. So my buckler goes there. On guard. Parry 7. Guarding low, guarding high, right? I'm sorry, 7. I went to 8. So on guard. 7, right? 8. 7, 8. 9, and again, like I said, I bring my sword, my secondary, out of the way ready to come in where necessary if I get to this point. But it stays up. Don't let it die. And whatever you do, don't forget it behind you. That's the danger zone. All right. Let's go through all of it again. And let me know if you want to focus on anything for your next video. On guard. Retreat, retreat, advance, advance, advance. Cross back, cross forward, retreat, and I need to readjust because I'm out of room, sorry. Retreat, retreat, parry 1, parry 2, parry 3, parry 4, parry 5, parry 6, there we go, parry 7, parry 8, parry 9, lunge, lead with the tip, don't forget the buckler, recover, lunge, recover, one more, lunge, recover. All right, simple 5-minute workout. Hopefully you kept up. Again, if you've got questions or there's something you want to talk about or review more, let me know. We'll talk about it in the next video. See you then.